Welcome to the 311 Griffin YouTube channel, everybody. I wanted to show my gaming desk, not because it's anything special, but just because I kind of think it's interesting. And I'm going to turn some lights on here in a minute. This isn't finished, but I don't know when it's going to be finished. So instead of waiting on it to be finished, I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and we'll show off what I've kind of done here. And the main reason is because I had a friend make me this tabletop and this tabletop over here, which lifts up. And this used to be an L-shaped desk. And again, you know, keep in mind it's not finished and I've got a lot of work to do on it. But it used to be an L-shaped desk. This part right here used to come off of this side right here. And it came out to about here, I think. Maybe not quite. Yeah, probably not quite. Anyway, what my friend did is he took the L shape off, extended it, built some shelving down there for some stuff that's not very accessible, put a very long keyboard tray on it, put my old game covers of my favorite games in it. Not all my favorite games made it. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And then he ran some epoxy on it. Now, it doesn't really work, but there's some glow-in-the-dark strips here just for fun, but they haven't been glowing in the dark lately. Then the other thing, we built this deal so that I could store some stuff, and it's a mess in there now, so we're not going to show it. But and then built some more supports for this, which we probably need some more under here. This stuff bends, this particle board, and that way it would support the printer. And then, let's see, what else? That was about it. We put the back on it to kind of hide the cords and things the best we could, because this is in my living room. One thing that this did was, before I sat facing this way, and the sun was behind me in the daytime, and now my track IR wouldn't work. And so now I'm looking towards the window over there. And so my track IR works fine. And then as you can see, this is a really long keyboard tray. So I've got this, and by the way, these gun cleaning mats for pistols make great mouse pads. In fact, Bullseye has a AR-15 cleaning mat, and it takes up the whole tray. But essentially, that's what we've got going on here. And then the stick just stays right here, and I kind of like the stick over. It's just about right for me. It is a little weird when I'm pulling back fully, and when I'm... no, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm getting used to it, if I could get it on screen. And I made the headset stand, but it's not very good. It's not as good as what I'd like. I'd like to get a wireless headset, so I just don't have to worry about it. In here, I've got my unifying receiver, and then this, I put this in just to plug, because I was trying to get this tablet to do, be a second screen for DCS, and it's a touch screen. So I was hoping that I could get a view of the upfront controller on there, so that I could use that for my touchscreen, but I can't figure out how to make that work. I can figure out how to get the sensors or the digital screens from the modules on other screens, but I can't figure out how to get the buttons on other screens. So basically everything is pretty much correct. I got a more solid setup for my rudder pedals so they don't move anymore. And then it's a mess of wires. I don't know that you can see it under there. It's a mess of wires down there, but they're not as bad as they used to be, and they pretty much stay tucked away. The thing that I'm trying to do is figure out how to get this guy to be on a rail here so that it can slide out. And I've got heavy duty drawer slides that would pull out. And I'm trying to get it to fold up and flop over like that so that it will be, this would still be able to come out, because this throttle quadrant would be on the drawer slide underneath that. And when you slide it out of the way, it would be right over here, right up against this. So then, if I'm sitting here, the throttle would be slightly over there, a little too far, but it would be about the same distance as this. And that way all of this stuff is out of the way. This wouldn't be up here, and so I could use all of this space. and I wouldn't have to reach so far up to get to that when I'm flying, and it would just make my flying experience that much better. So that's the last thing that I've got to do that I know of to get this complete, and I'm just really struggling to figure out exactly how to do it. I've got the drawer slides, but I don't know that the hinging system I've got for it to hinge up is strong enough. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. I don't want it fixed rigidly because I want to use this desk for other things, and that's why I don't have a sim pit. I want it to be a computer desk first and a comfortable sim setup second. So that's all I've got to say. The only other thing I'll do is we can go through and just look at the games that I've picked here. So Medal of Honor, Allied Assault. I actually like the original Medal of Honor from PlayStation better, but this was a solid game. And then, what do we got? Sim Farm. Anybody play that? Fable. Need for Speed High Stakes from back in my college days. Modern Warfare 2 is pretty good. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Crimson Skies. Also from back in my college days, or the tail end of my college days. Crisis. One of my favorite shooters of all time. Operation Flashpoint. Game of the Year edition. It's got Resistance in it, which was you had to have Resistance. It had all the updates that let you do the cool scripting. Jedi Knight, one of the greatest games of all time. If you haven't played Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, you haven't lived. Warcraft 3 is kind of covered up. Mafia, Doom. Everybody remembers the Doom. Wolfenstein 3D didn't make the cut, although Wolfenstein 3D is... Was it the first shooter? No, I played Doom first. Portal 2. Portal and Portal 2 are some of the greatest games ever. I kind of skipped over that. I didn't love it, but it was okay. Grand Theft Auto 5, tons of fun. Probably one of the best packages of games ever. This was just great, and that's why, it's got Portal, Team Fortress 2, and Half-Life 2, Episode 1, and Episode 2. Along with Team Fortress 2 and Portal. I had a blast playing all of those games. Did I say Portal 2? Hopefully not. Mafia, Jedi Outcast, great game. StarCraft, very fun. Half-Life box set, which was actually my brother's. I kind of stole it from him. What do we have back here? Oregon Trail. That's not from college days. That's not from high school days. That's from grade school days. Oblivion's hidden under the monitor. Oblivion wasn't as good as Morrowind, which was... This is probably my favorite game of all time. So Jedi Knight was one of the best. Definitely my favorite shooter. And I may go into detail on that one of these days. Morrowind was an amazing game. Hidden under there we've got Battle for Middle-earth and Knights of the Old Republic, which you can't see. There might be Battle for Middle-earth 2 back there as well. I don't know. Battle for Middle-earth 2 was pretty good. And then over here we've got a few that I just couldn't fit. Black Flag, which was the best Assassin's Creed game ever, in my opinion. AT&C Warthog, an amazing piece of software. F-18, F-16, and Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which actually very much surprised me. That's a great game. These, I just downloaded them. I obviously didn't have game covers. I actually didn't have game covers for these two either. Those are all downloaded and printed out. So that's it. That's my gaming setup. It's nothing special, like I said. We got the tower, and I just ripped the sides off of that because who cares? And needs to be cleaned probably. Got an old model of an F-16 that I built when I was a kid, and it's kind of broken. And then, what was this? Warrior? Oh, Comanche, sorry. Piper Comanche. I had that as a kid. I tried to get rid of it. I think that's about it. So, ask me questions. Give me comments. Give me ideas. Tell me you like it or don't like it. I don't really care. It's been serving my purpose. If I could do anything differently at all, I would spend money on something to slide that out instead of trying to build it myself. But I do kind of want to build it myself and save money. And I would make it maybe 6 inches wider this way. But we didn't really have room in the living room for it to stick out any further. I got in trouble by my wife for building it the way I built it and having it stick out that far as it is. So, but I would stretch that out a little bit if I could. And that is that's about it. Don't look at my crooked LED strip. Thanks for watching, guys.